Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Vinyl Vortex. This is going to be the start of a new video series. Actually, myself and my friend Brandon, you can find his YouTube channel below in the description, White James Brandon. We had been just talking back and forth constantly about our vinyl collections and the kind of music we listen to, and then it kind of got my brain going, and I started thinking about a video series I'd like to do that I've been wanting to do, and that is doing kind of a life review based on albums. So basically kind of like albums that influenced us in some way, like people could say like changed your life, or just were present at a time where your life was just kind of something was going on. You know what I mean? I'll get into it more as I talk about the albums, and I'm sure Brandon will too. But we kind of decided we want to do this video series. So I'm not entirely sure the release schedule of these videos. We kind of talked about doing it like one a week. Not sure if that's going to work out. I don't know if we're going to do like trade-off weeks or whatever. But I thought I would just get it started. And today I'm going to talk about what the rise and fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars means to me. So, David Bowie released this album in 1972. Yep, 1972. This is on RCA Records. 11 songs, I believe. Yeah, 11 songs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Starting off with possibly my favorite side one, track one of all time, and that's a track called 5 Years. For those of you who may have been with me and this channel for a long time, and my first incarnation of the Vinyl Vortex videos, the intro I had then, which I lost, I wish I kept it, but I lost it. The intro I had then was just really just a record on a turntable spinning and playing, and it actually plays the very beginning of this song, which starts off with just this great drum beat, like fading in, and then just a strum of a 12-string guitar, and then moves into David Bowie singing. It's just fantastic. The song is just amazing. As far as the album itself, like I said, 11 tracks, 5 Years, Soul Love, Moon Age Daydream, Starman, It Ain't Easy, Lady Stardust, Star, Hang On To Yourself, Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, and Rock and Roll Suicide, ending the album, which is another just fantastic end to an album. The album itself is a concept album where David Bowie portrays this alien rock star, and his dealings with others. Hard to explain, fantastic to listen to. Now, as far as its critical acclaim, looked at very highly. Rolling Stone magazine put out a list of like the 500 greatest albums of all time, and this fell at 35, I believe. So, like I said, looked at very well, and it's kind of gotten a second spike in sales and notoriety due to the untimely death of David Bowie, which was dramatic, traumatic. Um, yeah, just there's that. Anyway, here's the front cover. I don't know how I'm going to be doing these videos. I'm just winging it, really. So here's the front cover. And the back cover. One thing I really, really like about the back cover here, I don't know if it's going to be in focus, but to be played at maximum volume. I love that. So as far as my experience with the album, I guess, this happens to be the first album I ever bought. The first vinyl record I ever bought. I was in seventh grade, I believe, or 8th grade, and the school I went to required us to do community service hours, and one of those things that we could do was work at the summer fair at school. And one of the things at the fair was a white elephant sale, which was just a rummage sale, kind of like a flea market, I guess. People set up tables and just put their stuff out. And I worked the popcorn machine, because there was a popcorn machine there. So I made popcorn and sold it to people for like 10 cents a bag or something like that. Well, while I was there, I noticed a guy with milk crates full of records, and music has always been present in my life due to my father. He listened to music all the time, which I listen to music all the time. And my dad has a very modest record collection. He always had. Just a few records here and there, nothing quite like what I have now. But I knew what records were, I guess. So I went over and I started looking, and I think along with this record, I picked up Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. These two I bought for like 25 cents each or something. But I was going through the milk crate, and the school I went to was a Catholic school, and so there was a whole lot of gospel and choir type music, and there was country in there a lot, which I wasn't a fan of at all. I've kind of blossomed into liking country a little bit now, but very limited. But in the midst of all this gospel and country music, there was this gem. And I looked at it, and I saw the cover, and I knew David Bowie. I think at the time I was like 12. And I knew who David Bowie was because I saw Labyrinth, you know. But I didn't know much about his music, per se. So I picked this up, looked at it, and I just thought to myself, yeah, let's do this. So pulled this out, as well as Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, and took it home. Or actually to my dad's home. And I asked him if I could borrow his record player. And he gave me a look, and I told him what I bought, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead. Here's the headphones, because I don't necessarily want to listen to it." So I put on these big headphones that were just giant on me. Like now they look normal, but on me, it looked like they were this big. Plugged it in, put the record on, and was just like taken away, you know. Like I said, that first drum beat fading into that guitar, and then David Bowie singing, and then throughout the rest of the record, the story that unfolds. I sat there and listened to the entire thing in one sitting and was just amazed. You know, and then I thought about it. 25 cents. You know what I mean? like this masterpiece I bought for a quarter. Like, you can't buy anything for a quarter anymore, and I found it, and it just was it was amazing. It still is. It holds up today. But yeah, it was kind of like my first foray into my own music, because, you know, at that time, like, when you're that age, you're listening to all your parents' stuff because you can't get your hands on your own stuff. But it was just, I don't know, I can't explain it any better than it was amazing. And I didn't even have my own record player yet, but I started my collection with this, and it's just fantastic. If you guys get the chance to check it out, I highly recommend it. Every time I go to a record shop and I see it there, I pick it up. I think I've bought 5 copies of this record. This is the original one I bought, but throughout my record collecting days, I've found others bought them and then given them to people just because it's so good. So good. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just fantastic. And that's gonna be the end of this video, I guess. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I feel a little strange talking about it. I feel like I talk too much and not enough at the same time. So I apologize. I hope you don't feel like you've wasted 13 minutes of your time. But that's that, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time.